Welcome welcome all to the Multicultural Misfits podcast. It's your host, Audio AB. We got our co-host,
Omar.
and our other co-host,
Big Jordan.
So, basically, we wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of what this podcast is, right? So, in my best words, this podcast is a raw, unfiltered look into the lives of a bunch of multicultural misfits, and those guys are us. So, I'm Arabic and Mexican. Omar,
Also Arabic and Mexican.
Jordan,
100% black man.
a beautiful black man. And basically, the theme of this podcast is going to be our debaucherous lives. And we're going to have more enlightening episodes, about things like sex, race, love, finances, technology, robots. Those are probably all three of the same things.
Aliens, outer space.
Fucking, yeah, everything. It's very broad topics that we're going to be covering on this. And so the overarching goal of this podcast, because it's good to have goals for anything, right? The goal of this podcast is not to entertain you guys, but to entertain ourselves first and foremost. That's the first goal. And if you guys like it, then that's cool, right? This podcast is basically just an excuse for us to spend time with each other and with our friends. But if you guys like our conversations, then that's cool too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just us three, couple of friends, making some jokes.
Goofing around.
All in good faith. Things may get a little touchy, but all in good faith.
Of course, yeah. Don't take anything we say too seriously.
Yeah, it's all just jokes. We love everybody. We're great people.
Yeah,
we swear it.
Or try to be.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Or maybe disguising my issues.
Or maybe I tell you that so I can do mean things. No one's on my ass.
We certainly don't take ourselves too seriously. So, the rules for this podcast that we have set up are: you can get as fucked up as you want to get. You can smoke. You can drink. You can pop pills. Whatever gets the conversations and the stories going. You can do that while you're listening to it. You can do that if you're a guest. We can do that if we want to. We might not let you know we've done that, but we might do it. And another thing I think we think is important for this podcast is keeping it timeless. So we're not going to be discussing too many things that are happening week to week because of the fact that there's a delay when we release this podcast.
Yeah.
So these are going to be timeless things that are happening in our lives, that have happened in our lives, and conversations that you find interesting, whether it's 10 years from now or 20 years from now or 1 year from now or 1 week from now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. They're like our take on things and our stories and things like that from our childhood, current ones.
Exactly. This shit's real. This shit's raw. We ain't using no condoms for this podcast.
We risking it. We risking
Well,
babies.
okay
We risking
then.
STDs.
We're risking it for the biscuit. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into it, guys. So I remember something the other day that made me laugh. Okay, so in 7th grade, there was a boys' PE class called Foundations of Fitness.
Oh, my God.
Was it called Foundations of Fitness?
It was Foundation of Fitness.
I think it was called Foundations of Fitness, right? And we would have certain times during the PE class of the week where we would just go outside and run on the track.
Yes.
And I remember, because I was thinking about the topic of bullies, right? And I was like, have I ever been bullied? And I was really trying to think about, throughout my childhood, because it's hard to remember now. And I think I was. And the funny thing is, I was bullied by a guy that had a short leg.
Oh no!
It was like a short, burned, little deformed leg.
Oh my goodness! You could have taken him easy then.
Oh yeah, but I think that's why he bullied me, is because of the fact that he was mad that he had a fucking disgusting leg.
Yeah, man. I feel like people that have something like that where it's obvious and someone could make fun of it like a kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When he was younger or something like
Wait,
that.
was
They've
this-
got to
were y'all
develop thick skin.
Were y'all running around on the track as he was bullying you?
He would fucking.
He had a little limp.
He limp around. He couldn't really run.
He had a flat tire.
Yeah,
It was rolling on 3
He
wheels.
couldn't really
my
run. But that guy was such an asshole. He'd always threaten to beat me and some of my friends up and shit. And,
God damn.
yeah, and I was probably just a defense mechanism for his leg.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't even
I'm
think people
sure.
were getting bullied like that in A-Leaf,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. I just thought people made jokes on somebody, but that was it. I never knew people were really getting bullied
Yeah.
or something like that.
I feel like if you had an obvious defect like that, you know what I mean? Something that's very, very obvious that is easy to make
I
fun
don't
of.
know, 'cause
I feel
there
like
was-
those kids definitely had to be like a
Make you
birthmark or something
closed
like
off
that.
to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Just,
Right.
hate everybody and fucking beat people up and shit.
Kids are so evil, huh?
Yeah,
That's
man.
for real.
What's wrong with
What
kids?
the fuck is that about?
Kids
There
have
was
no filter.
there was some kids in Taylor that had their little issues and things, but I don't think people were like, "Hey, yo, I'm gonna stuff you in this fucking locker if you don't shut the fuck up" or some shit like that. It was just maybe a casual joke or oh, he looked weird and that was it.
Bullying is more prevalent, more so in the younger years than in high school. In high school, it's more just I think it's more of people are just clowning each other necessarily.
Mm.
And in the elementary, middle school, all the other younger schools, that's more of targeted bullying and like regular type bullying shit that you see in movies.
Yeah.
Oh
that's
yeah.
true.
Yeah. Yeah, with the internet, with phones and all that.
Oh, for
Dude,
sure.
Isn't that crazy?
talk
There's
about fucking-
cyberbullying. Just fucking
Yeah.
close the computer.
Just block them. Yeah, do something.
Turn
But
off
it's
your
hard.
phone.
I have a
Delete that.
Because you want to hear what they have to say. You want to
not
say
even
your
that.
stuff,
It's like
you
all
wanna-
your friends are on the shit. So you're like, oh, I want to see what my friends are doing, and then you just fucking you get a bunch of bullied messages and shit. You're like, damn,
bunch of bullied
I didn't
messages.
expect that. I just wanted to see what my friend had for dinner or some shit. Now I'm like crying in my bed. on fucking Facebook. God
crying
damn.
about my last name. Fuck.
Exactly.
what would a bullied message even sound like?
I don't know.
Hey nerd, just
Hey nerd, you and your buddies are gay.
Just like a gay,
buddy.
a gay twist in your name or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
I
Yeah.
fucked your mom. Fucking 7th grader.
Yeah, what the fuck did people say to bully? I remember I got bullied when I was younger. I might have said this on the podcast, but I don't think I have. I was young. I was like in 1st grade, and the bully was because all the kids would be like in elementary school. All the kids go to recess together and whatnot. And I remember this guy used to fuck and like terrorize, not to fuck. He would terrorize all the kids.
He would fuck with. He would fuck.
He would fuck
He
you.
would
fuck you. Oh my god.
He would terrorize all the kids and fuck with us and everything. And I remember I threw a rock like point blank at his face, and it stopped. He didn't bully anymore after that.
I mean, I can imagine.
It worked. I sat out. I got in trouble. I sat at a recess for like a week, but it worked.
Shit, that'd be worth it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You
That's
gotta
worth
stand.
it.
I feel like that's the only way to fix a problem with bullies is standing up to them. And maybe that's not good advice. Whatever.
No,
Yeah.
that's
I mean-
good advice. I feel.
I mean,
Not
how
that, yeah,
else-
that's you're not gonna like. There's no change or no like gradient adjustment over time for a bully.
Exactly.
Like
And if they whoop your ass, then that's okay. You take that and you use that to become stronger. You learn how to fight, or just you fucking come at them next time.
or
if
you
they
make
try
a
to-
company,
fuel,
then you
dude.
hire them, then you fire them, then you hire them again, then you fire them again.
That's the long term
Yeah.
plan.
That's the long
That's the
term.
long term. Gio's thinking the long term game right there.
Yeah,
bro.
Gio's gonna ruin their life. I'm gonna fuck you.
I don't think I
over.
was a bully. I have like one. It's not even a bully experience, but when I was in Taylor, like freshman year, I didn't know like how to get clothes or like wear nice clothes because we wore uniforms like until high school.
It's true.
So I didn't know about good
Yeah.
clothes or whatever. So my mom would like buy me jeans from like Walmart. And so one time I was walking to class and I had on Wrangler jeans. And these two black dudes behind me were like, man, look at this nigga with these Wrangler jeans on. I was like, damn. I was like, what did I do?
Just Sharpie him over.
Your heart sinks a little bit.
I threw them jeans away.
Did you wear them again after
I
that?
threw them away. I
Damn.
never wore them again.
But you see how one person's comment or two people's comments
on my
could-
jeans.
on your jeans could totally affect the way you see your jeans.
That's true. I
Like-
didn't even think it was an issue before that. I just wore them. I was like, okay, they're just jeans, and that's it.
I don't know, man. Especially back in the day, like you said, kids don't know where to buy nice clothes. Sometimes
Yeah.
your parents don't want to buy you that because they're like, why the hell? You're going to outgrow this in a second anyways. I'm not buying you those skinny jeans.
For real.
Like, I remember skinny jeans, when they were getting cool, I couldn't find any good pairs, or I couldn't go to, I guess, the store. I didn't know where to find good jeans, good skinny jeans. So I would just put the back of my jeans on the back of my heel. And so from the front, they looked skinny. From the back, they looked like I had a
Fucking
wire
loose.
in the back of my van. They looked like I was propped up like a puppet. But they looked cool as shit from the
like
front.
you're on like a Toy Story stand or something.
Yeah, basically.
Oh my god.
And I never got any insults on
Like,
them,
nobody
but
ever
I'm
caught
sure
you.
people looked at him and were like, oh, that's fucking stupid. But from the front, they're like, this guy's got cool skinny jeans.
That's how baseball players wear their pants. Like we would like put holes in the back and tuck it in the cleat. And so basically what you did was just some baseball shit.
There we go.
That's
Gio-
hilarious.
Gio was an elite baseball player.
A very mediocre baseball player.
He was
I was
scouted.
All right, so
Meaty.
how fast could you throw? You told me before, but I forgot. It was like in the
Like-
80s, right?
It was in the 80s. It was like high 80s. At my peak, at my junior year peak of my life.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
do 80s.
So is this true? I've heard. I took like a class kind of about like sports sociology or some shit when I was in school, and they were saying that like kids in little league, if you teach them how to pitch and you have them pitching all the time when they're young, it can fuck up like the development
Yeah.
of their shoulder.
Yeah.
Can you like explain that sort of like
So-
how does that fucking work?
Okay, two things. So basically, when you throw a ball, your arm is not supposed to. That's not a natural motion for your arm. Like
Yeah.
for your elbow, that's why people like when they tear their elbow, it's fucked. Like they have to get ligaments put in their elbows for that shit. So for for little league, they have like pitching limits. So like every game, you can only throw a certain amount of pitches, and if you throw like more than that, you can't pitch for like a week or like 2 weeks.
And what age is that up to? Like what?
I think until I went to high school. They didn't have it in high school. But when I was in Little League, which was until like 13 or 14, they had the limits up. And I think I did Little League until I was like 16. And they had the limits still.
Jesus, man, throwing
because
out
that shit
your
is,
arm?
bro. You can
Yeah.
fuck up your arm, like it's bad. Like you can fuck up your shoulder, like your elbows can get really. It can get really bad.
Damn,
So-
those guys get paid though. Pitchers,
Yeah, they
pitchers
get
are
paid.
like,
They get
aren't
the
they
most
like
money.
the
Oh, yeah.
the prized possession on each team?
Yeah, you need a good one. So
Yeah.
they get all the money, they get all the hoes, they get all the attention,
But they ain't got no right arm.
but they ain't got no right arm.
no right arm.
You hit that boy in the elbow, he a dead man.
Damn. So how fast are little league kids throwing?
Not that fast. Maybe like 40s or 50s,
That's nuts.
depending on
Probably
like what
faster than
age.
me. I'm almost
Faster.
certain I couldn't throw 40 or 50 miles per. I don't think.
If somebody taught you the motion, you can throw.
They don't
Okay,
even,
you can
they
throw
don't
like
even have
60s.
hairs on their nuts, and they're throwing
have hair-
fucking.
yeah.
That's
Little
true.
loser.
Bro, there's one kid. I
Throwing
will never
balls.
forget his name ever. His name was, I'm not gonna say his name, but
You can say his first name.
I'm not gonna. His first name was Taylor. Big ass white dude, and I was like 12, and he was throwing like 70 miles per hour.
Damn.
And I threw 80s. I threw 80s in high school. This man was 12 throwing 70.
Do you think he like went to the pros? Or
No,
you don't know.
I think he's like a crackhead now or some shit. But
Damn, isn't it crazy?
he didn't have a
works
good
out?
family, so
Oh yeah, dude. That I heard that's like, especially for baseball, I heard it's a big thing. Like, if you don't have like supportive family members, I heard it's hard to go far in baseball because
Yeah.
you need people to like buy you the equipment,
Yeah.
and like get you the support outside of going to practice and like
And it's-
driving
it's
you to
such a-
practice and like all that kind of stuff.
baseball's such a grind because like when you get drafted, you're not in the league yet. Like you have to go through like all the minor league stages. But if you're in basketball, you get drafted like you're
just
fine.
go right to the
like you go
NBA.
right to the NBA, you're okay. But for MLB, bro, it's like you have to go through a bunch of shit to even make it there.
So you go to the minors before you go to the.
you go to the
majors.
minors, and the minors are like 5-6 levels.
And everybody has to go to the minors. You can't
Damn
just
near
get picked
everybody.
up straight.
Nobody's
Unless
ever
you're
gotten
crazy
drafted.
good.
Nobody's ever gotten drafted and went straight to the league.
Nobody ever?
Nobody ever.
Wow, that's
Eh,
actually pretty
maybe
crazy.
like in the 40s or some shit, but nobody ever. That doesn't happen anymore. At least.
Damn. That's a good point you bring up also, AB. Because that's true. You do need a lot of equipment. It's something like basketball or football. You just practice drills.
simpler.
You
Yeah.
just shoot
Yeah.
around, practice.
And they give you the equipment like when you go to practice.
Yeah,
or when
they
you get
give
on
you
the team.
They don't give you, well, nah, they probably don't give you
Yeah.
bats and all that. at
Oh no, I'm
baseball.
talking about football.
But
Yeah.
like at baseball, they don't give
Yeah,
you,
you
pretty
need more
much anything
specialized
except the
stuff in
uniform.
baseball, dude.
Baseball, you have to have your own cleats, your own glove. You could use somebody else's bat.
There's so many
and
more
somebody
moving
else's
parts
helmet.
in baseball
expensive.
too. Like
It's a
the,
lot.
the pitching machines, like fucking
Bro,
everything. You know what I
exactly,
mean? Like,
yeah.
There's a lot.
That's
It's
not something you can play
yeah.
with yourself. Like you
No.
can't train
Yeah,
by yourself.
yeah. How's it gonna
you
work?
can't diddle yourself.
I had like
yeah.
a little screen, like a pitching thing that I would throw a ball up to, and it would like supposedly bounce back, but it never did. So that shit was. So I did that shit for like a week, and I never did it again. It was just in my backyard collecting dust.
If there was one sport you guys could get your kids into, what, like, I'm sure you guys are going to try to urge them into some sort of direction.
Yeah.
I know I am. Well, like, what sport do you think you're going to urge them into? Or, like, what activity?
What age will my kids be? That's a good question. For when I'm going to urge them to this sport. In this hypothetical.
That's a good addition. Maybe, let's say, like 10 or 11. They're starting to express interest in, like, physical activities.
I would get them into martial arts
Mm.
first, and then I'd want to get them into like boxing or like jujitsu or something like that.
That's a good one, actually.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, soccer or something. But
Yeah, I would do
I'd actually
soccer.
probably do boxing also.
I would do soccer because you be in like shape. Like if,
Yeah.
if you do soccer, because you have to just fucking run everywhere.
Soccer's actually a really
Yeah.
good one too, and
It
it's
is.
more of like a team sport. Like those other ones aren't team sports. Those
Yeah.
are like more for the individual to build themselves up. I would honestly have my kid do both. Like I would have them be like soccer with like their school or whatever, and then on the side I want to have them do like jujitsu or like boxing.
because it's like discipline.
Nothing to be fucked with on
Nothing
that.
to be fucked with.
on that field.
He can beat your your ass, and
kill
he can
you.
beat your ass for a long time. So you get in a
your ass
fight
all day long.
You get in a fight. The fight is like 15 minutes long.
It's all him. He's the only one throwing punches.
So speaking of kids, so I was talking to my girlfriend recently, and she was saying that she's going to start babysitting like an actual baby, like a fucking like
like a real baby.
yeah,
not
not
a
like a
baby.
fucking like 5-year-old, like an actual like fucking like like one of
Yeah.
those kind of babies, right?
That's scary.
Like it was just born, like fresh out the womb type babies, and like
Oh.
I was like, man, that shit's easy. I was like, that shit's easy. I was like, that can't be that hard. And she was like, all right, do you know how to change a diaper? I was like, yeah, you just fucking lay him down. You clean up the poop, and she was like, okay. She's like, how do you wipe? Do you wipe them front to back or back to front? And I was like, back to front. And she was like, what the fuck? Like, you wipe back to front? And I was like, yeah, I wipe back to front. What's wrong with that?
I never heard any complaints, so
So-
I don't get the issue.
I'm glad you brought this up.
And she said, no, that's the wrong way to wipe. She said the right way to wipe is front to back.
I don't
And
know.
so is it,
man.
how do you guys do? Is it a personal preference for you?
Wait,
or-
okay. When we say front to back, that means we're starting at the gooch and going upward.
No, okay. Back
Or-
to let's do the variations. Okay, back to
Okay.
front means you're reaching down underneath and you're fucking
Oh.
grabbing the poop with the toilet paper and you're
And you're
scooping it,
pulling
scooping it
forward.
up, pulling forward.
You're scooping, you're
And
shoveling it forward.
Front to back is going like bringing the toilet paper and then going down and swooping and then throwing it directly into the toilet.
Oh, okay.
So how do you guys wipe back to front or front to back?
I usually do. I think I do front to back and then back to front to make sure I get the
back and
remnants.
forth.
You do
I do
front
back
to
and forth
back.
action.
Push it back to the back and then
Yeah.
pull it forward.
Then pull it forward, then
So-
get it out there. Let that booty touch
Some
all
alternate.
the crumbles.
See, in theory, front to back seems like the way to do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But in actuality, it's not that easy. You know what I mean?
It's
For
not.
one, you can't see what you're doing. You can't really get a good range of motion going
Yeah.
that way. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't really build up to the other way. You get to hook it. You know, you got your fingertip hooked just a little bit. Get in
Get a
there.
little poop under your fingernails.
It's
you know?
getting a little close to
That's
the
how
gooch,
you-
Yeah.
but that's why I get. How do y'all get off the toilet to wipe, or do you just open your legs and just?
I go
get off
through.
the toilet.
I don't. I stay seated down. I just do it under.
I'm not gonna lie, I hover when I poop.
While pooping, you hover.
Yeah.
That's legs, bro.
Not only is
I
that a
hover.
workout, but that's also incentive to make it go quicker.
Yeah.
which is pretty
That's true.
solid.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I always hover. Ever since I was a kid, I've never sat. I've sat for a poop maybe once or twice.
So how long are you like?
But
How
what-
long? What's your pooping like radius? Like how long is this? Like a couple minutes?
How long do I poop?
Yeah,
Like,
like 30 seconds.
dude, I'm in and out in like 2 minutes.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ, bro.
2 or 3 minutes. I'm quick.
High key, when I go poop, I'm like I have videos like playing, like I'm watching shit and while I'm sitting on the toilet.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have
Yeah.
like a podcast or something going on, or like music or something, and then I'll hop in the shower, clean out my ass, and then get back.
Oh,
on
you
my life.
you get in the shower too?
Yeah.
Damn.
Because I don't have a bidet, and I'm just like, I don't know if I even want a bidet, but that's the best way to do it. If you
So
don't
you're
have
doing like a
bacteria-
one
You're a
poop a
cleanly
day
guy.
thing.
No, I poop like 2 or 3 times a day.
And you shower every time.
Yeah.
You wash your body or like full on?
Nah, just my ass.
Just so you just wash your ass, get out, and then
Yeah, the
get
rest
in
of
and
my
out?
body's clean.
I mean-
I'm only gonna wash my body if like I'm dirty. You know?
Yeah.
What I mean?
It's the smart way to do it, to be
Yeah.
honest with
That
you.
is smart.
Because I average like maybe 14 minutes.
Yeah,
and that's
about
not
the same.
That's not good for you.
About the same.
That'll fuck with your.
Yeah, my
like
booty hole gets
hemorrhoids,
confused a
yeah.
lot.
Give you hemorrhoids.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Prolapse that fucking anus, dude.
Prolapse.
That's when your
anus,
fucking, that's when your ass
nasty.
falls out because the force of the gravity. since there's no seat on the toilet. You
Yeah,
know?
either that or someone be.
Or someone did something
Someone did something
terrible
to
to you.
that ass. Someone did something terrible to you. We call it terrible, but homosexual men might call it beautiful.
Which
That's
is
true.
baffling because
Yeah.
oh my god, imagine just the
somebody
wear and
ripping your
tear
booty
ass
hole to
goes through.
shreds.
Yeah, being gay your whole life, all the wear and tear, all the
All the wear and tear.
man. Your ass is never gonna
That
be
pussy torn open.
the same. Butt pussy.
That butt pussy torn open.
Yeah.
So
Fuck that. Jesus Christ.
So I was thinking about something the other day because there's an episode of Black Mirror that's kind of about this. All right. So would you rather have a video of you jerking off sent to your parents or have them walk in on you jerking off? And you
Oh my God.
And there's no opt out. There's only those two choices.
I'd have them walk in.
I'd have them walk.
I'd have
in
them
too.
walk in.
Be a lot
Because the videos
quicker, lot
yeah.
The
smoother.
video, they'd have the whole thing. They'd see
they
your
can
face.
watch the whole thing if they wanted. I mean,
They'd see your face in that horrible, like, low down angle where you're just looking down.
oh,
and you're just like,
Wait, am I
You know what I
recording
mean?
myself jacking off?
no, you're not recording yourself.
Somebody else's?
Yeah.
Oh God.
oh shit.
It's
That's
not,
even
not
worse.
not like somebody else's, but it's like, imagine like your front-facing camera's recording you without you knowing it.
Oh, okay.
Like a video of you like jerking off.
That's hilarious.
no.
At least if they walked in, I have a chance to like cover up afterwards and like other
they have
shit.
the whole video. It's
They have a whole
just
video.
fucking-
yeah, they won't stay
Wait,
there
am I
and
nutting?
keep looking. They'll leave.
Did I
you
nut in the video?
Yeah,
It's a
you
full
nut.
video.
Oh, God.
It's something that goes onto the phone.
no. You know, speaking of recording yourself jerking off,
Oh, man.
have y'all ever done like video sex, like FaceTime sex?
Fuck no, that shit is weird.
Dude,
to
that
me.
shit's a mess.
I've
That
done
shit is
FaceTime
weird to
sex.
me.
It is kind of a mess. Like fucking, you get poor connection in the middle of it. Fucking-
Use
start
your phone or
lagging.
your laptop.
I use my phone.
Okay. Yeah, that's the hard one. I
What
feel
do
like
you-
a laptop would be a lot easier. You got a prop to set up on and all that. But
Yeah, laptop probably is.
Wait, so where
easier.
how do you nut? Like if you're holding the phone and you're just beating off into like oblivion, like where are you nutting at?
I
Like
mean,
in the toilet?
On yourself.
Oh
yeah, you
God,
gotta
I don't
do it
want to
on
do
yourself.
that.
Yeah, you just gotta.
You got to take the hit.
Yeah,
You don't
gotta
nut
take
on
the-
yourself ever? Even when you jerk off, never?
No, I don't be doing that.
Nah, dude, laying
Yeah,
down
you gotta
and
still-
doing the do is the best way.
Yeah,
to do
eat
it.
a little bit of.
Get a little sample.
Get a little. You gotta taste the goods.
I gotta taste.
Usually I take like a paper towel if I'm doing it in bed or like
lay that shit on you.
yeah, or I just have it next to me and I'll have my pillow like propping up my phone and I'll just have the
So-
towel in my hand.
I have a question for you guys. So whenever they show like people with like tissues and they jerk off in like movies or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are they using the tissue to jerk off in, or is the tissue just for cleanup?
I'm assuming clean up because it's always
I
like
do it to
sticky
jerk-
tissue, you know.
I do it to jerk off in.
I cannot jerk off in a tissue. You get all this weird shit on your dick.
That
The
is
whole
true.
time you're
No,
jerking
I
off,
do.
you got
I
the
don't.
tissue?
I don't use tissue. I use paper towels.
That's even rougher.
No, it's not.
Your dick probably looks like a fucking.
Once I'm at that point,
aluminum,
bro.
the fucking the steel wool shit. Your dick probably looks like a fucking steel wool
Just
thing.
strong.
Now,
as hell.
once I'm at that point, it's just like, okay, it's gonna happen regardless.
Gio's dick has seen 2 wars.
It's been no, my
It's
dick's been through a lot of things.
Cuts and scars on it.
Bro, I
like
tell you,
Batman.
the summer of 2012, bro, rough summer for my dick. It was a bad time,
Summer for my dick. Worst year of my dick's life.
bro. Worst year of my dick's life.
Damn.
That shit was terrible.
So
3
you-
nuts a day, boy. It was going through it.
Shit,
Yeah,
man.
damn.
I always felt like one and done for me. I'm good with 1, maximum 2.
If I was home alone and I was just like, fuck it, 3.
Yeah.
Solid 3.
I agree, Gio. It
Drinking
would
some
just-
milk right after.
Not even
Drinking
drinking milk.
some- yeah.
Just laying down, playing video games, and I get the thought. I'm like, let me go back at it.
And then,
Let me go back.
Let me go ahead.
Porn is so just easily accessible too. It's just you just fucking pull it up on your phone and then boom.
It's
You know what I mean?
easy.
Yeah, search up literally whatever you want.
It's kind of dangerous in a
I have
way.
so
Oh,
many
yeah.
windows just open.
Oh, me
Fuck
too. On
so
my
many.
incognito.
Midget
Incognito.
porn,
Yeah.
clown porn, fucking
All the types of porn.
male, female, male,
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 female.
transgender. Fucking, he has all of them.
Everything.
All of them, bro.
I bet even on Pornhub because they can't filter through everything. You know what I mean? Like there was a whole scandal going on with like underage porn,
Yeah,
and
I was
like
about to say, I
Pornhub
don't know if
wasn't
y'all
really
know.
filtering all that out because I guess they can't tell.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, how are you supposed to
I
fucking
keep.
tell?
Oh man, I don't know if we should talk about it, the whole thing, because I don't want to like date it. But
Oh,
fuck
but-
it, we're already here. But so Pornhub just did a thing where like they just cleaned out like a bunch of videos, like
Yeah, so-
like 9 million
Yeah,
videos.
so it's like
Bro.
20-something% of their catalog, right? They deleted a lot of the videos that they suspected.
It's more than 20%.
that they suspected have unverified content, and that's pretty much every
No,
a
they,
lot. That's
They
a lot of
deleted
things.
every video that's not from a partner or from like somebody that's like verified.
Yeah.
So if
And
it's just
that's
like a
a
random
lot of
dude that uploaded a whole video that you can't find anywhere else, that bitch is gone.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
I cried.
Honestly.
It's crazy. It's like
I
All the
cried.
amateur stuff is
yeah,
gone.
completely destroys a
Huh?
lot of amateur porn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the issue.
Well, not. I mean,
I do
they still
love
have amateur
amateur.
porn. It's just like you have to.
It has to be someone that the verified.
It has to be somebody verified, and most of the time, the people that's posting that shit is not verified.
Sometimes
like,
I want just straight up and down like amateur. Like
Yeah.
you recorded this on your phone.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, there's
That's
other
what I
sites.
want.
I could tell y'all the list of sites.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
that has got back to other.
That's a lot of
X
swag.
videos is probably king. in my
Spank
opinion.
bang.
Spank
Bang.
Bang?
X hamster.
Spank bang is the one, bro.
X hamster. XXNX. What's another?
X is
one?
NX is hard.
X videos.
X videos.
X booty holes.
B.
I'm sure that's one of them.
Big is the one.
Big.
Big. B-double-E-G.
BEEG.
That's the
Big?
one.
Damn.
Big.
I don't know about-
That's a
I
good
don't know
name,
about those.
actually.
That's the one.
I only know the Holy Trinity. I need to start trying out the others.
That's hilarious. The Holy Trinity.
All right. So speaking of trying out others, what would your opinion be if, let's say, if you guys were in a relationship, right?
Mm.
And your girlfriend is one of those girls who has like a lot of like she's like guy friends,
Mm-hmm.
and like they casually hang out. Would you be cool with that?
I'd be cool with it.
Did they?
You don't, and say you don't know these guy friends at all, and she hangs out with them, and like she smokes with them, she drinks with them sometimes, and
I'd be fine with it.
I think I'd be fine with the two. Is there any history between them and these friends?
Or
let's say it's ambiguous. Let's say you don't know.
I'm gonna ask her. I'm certainly gonna ask her. I mean, I don't. If nothing had happened before, but you never know. People could just lie, and
That's
guys
true.
are so okay with lying.
Yeah.
That's the thing with girls. That's why they don't get caught very often because guys don't really talk. Guys don't really share all that information.
High-key,
they can go under the radar if they don't say anything.
There are a lot of girls that like just don't fuck with other girls, and all they hang
yeah.
out with is guys. So
Yeah.
like, if I was dating a girl like that, I'd be like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, you probably have a cool personality.
They're cooler to be around than the girls with a lot of girls.
You ever listen to a
think
group
so?
of girls talk about stuff?
Oh my god!
I
my
work
God.
with 3 girls, and I was listening to them today, and they were going nuts over the sale at Anthropology for these cork yoga mats.
Anthropology.
They
That's what I
were
used to call it.
going nuts.
That's like one of the weirdest fucking places to get geeked about. Like,
Yeah.
anthropology.
Right? And she was like, I bought these like low-rise jeans, but I don't like the way they look, and they look better on her. Blah blah blah. And, like, it was nice stuff, but like it's just funny that like this is the stuff that gets them hyped up.
I mean, if they hear our conversations, it's like porn ass.
Yeah,
nut.
they probably think
Yeah.
so much of vulgar like guy
yeah.
shit.
Which
you know what I
they're
mean?
not far off.
Yeah,
it's
they're
usually
not, they're not
it's
that
usually
far
very
off,
true.
To be completely honest,
I
with
say
you.
80% of my conversations are about the booty region.
I mean, we did just talk about like jerking off and
Wiping
and wiping
shit.
our ass.
Yeah.
Fuck, why is it the first thing we got? Shit.
The first segment is always shit. It's always like shit related. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
shit.
yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the girlfriend thing, AB?
If I had a
would you be
girlfriend
comfortable with
and
that?
she had a lot of guy friends,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be comfortable with it, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah. Like I would not be comfortable with it.
Even
Like-
after asking her and all that, would you?
Yeah, even after asking her. And that's just a thing on my own. You know what I mean?
That's a
I feel
personal
like it's hard to trust people.
Yeah, there's no
Okay.
problem with that.
And even then, it's just like,
But I mean, it's
I
like
don't know. I
if
don't
she
want-
has a bunch of girlfriends, the girlfriends are going to want her to go out and might be around a bunch of dudes, and that's even
but yeah,
worse to me.
I prefer
They do
the,
persuade
I
each
prefer
other.
the possibility rather than having her be with an actual dude with
That's
an
true.
actual dick. You know what
This
I
guy's
mean?
a real life dude.
He's a real life dude.
He has a
with
real life
with a
penis.
real life dick that probably gets hard, and he's right next to her. You know
That's
what I mean?
true.
Like, what
Stay
the
away
fuck? I
from
don't
him.
want. Stay away from my lady.
Get away from her.
Yeah, I
Get away
would.
from her.
Maybe it's a good point. I wouldn't want like a stranger third party just like
Is it like
Yeah.
a? Is
going,
it like?
especially drinking.
Is she like with a gang of dudes, or is it just like one offs, like with one dude,
She just has multiple dude friends, but they don't hang out in groups. She like hangs out with one-on-one.
one on ones?
Oh, even worse.
Smoking in a car?
Like, oh, this is my
I'm a little-
this is my
I'm a
bestie
little-
or some shit like that. Like,
Okay,
Those are not
I
to
know
be
what
trusted.
bestie means a lot of the time. Bestie means we not fucking now, but in
But
10 years I
still,
might fuck you.
yeah.
Oh, we
like-
did just fuck.
yeah,
we just
like
got done
the
doing it.
the day that you piss that girl off,
Oh,
she is going to go to that guy for a quote unquote shoulder to cry on. Low
mean a
key,
shoulder to
a
nut
dick,
on.
a dick, yeah, a
dick
shoulder
to
to
suck
nut on, a dick to suck on, a dick to
Shit.
cry on. That's what she's gonna go to
Have you ever had girls say something vice versa, like about you hanging out with
with lady friends.
with lady friends? Because we have a few lady friends.
No, I haven't. I mean, I really don't have too many female friends to be honest with you. Personally, I mean, I maybe have like
not that
just,
you would
just
like,
my girlfriend.
yeah, like not
yeah,
to the
maybe
point
not.
that you
I
would be
don't
like
I'm
hanging
really
out
close
with them
to
like
any girls.
one on one or something like that.
Yeah.
Probably in a group, yeah. But
So do you
I don't think
think
that
men
would-
and women can be friends like 100% platonically?
Yeah.
What if you're attracted to them?
No, that's
no.
well, I would not be friends with you if I wasn't attracted to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of girls, I like that's
true, in
The
a way.
main, I'm not. Oh, damn.
Okay, so say
Full
all right,
misogyny.
in a way, because
Alright.
you want to be around people you want to look
Exactly,
at.
and
Yeah.
also I wouldn't interact with you if I didn't think you were attractive.
okay, let's think
I'd
about it
be
like this
like-
then. Let's say this girl that let's say you're talking to a new girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like you become cool with her, and she's like, "Gio's my bestie," whatever, right?
Okay.
Let's say she has a boyfriend.
I've weaseled my way out of a lot of besties, by the way.
yeah, yeah.
So,
See, let's say
for sure
let's say this girl has a,
that's not new territory for me.
this girl has a boyfriend, right?
Okay.
What would you do if you were the boyfriend? In your scenario, think about it. This guy
Mm.
who's weaseled his way out of a lot of bestie situations wants to be besties with your girl. What the fuck is that?
I just have to know the guy. Because I can get a good reading off of him. If he's like me or like saying similar shit as me, I'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, I don't like this guy.
But I mean, it's easy.
However,
similar
I
to
got
me.
in here is how he's
Yeah.
gonna. He's
It
gonna
doesn't
try to
matter.
get
The
me.
guy can come off as like the coolest guy ever, but he can still be, low key have the plans to fuck your chick.
That's true.
It's true.
You never
long
know.
Ball.
Yeah.
I just think you never know. But also, I would like trust a girl. I think that's what it goes down like for me. Like,
yeah,
I would
think
trust
that's
her
what it
enough
always
to
comes
like.
down to, just
When it
trust.
really comes down to it, yeah, you just have to trust people.
Yeah.
And in a way, if you think about it, I mean, that's kind of your best bet. Like being insecure and worrying about like if they're doing this or that, it just causes problems and it just causes stress for you.
Yeah.
All you have to do is hope for the best. Try to, I guess, keep some
That's-
sort of an eye. And
that's
then just,
really it.
Yeah.
Because something will come up, and if nothing comes up, then you would have never known about it anyway. So there's no reason like worrying about it and accusing people or shit like that. You know, it's just bad blood for your relationship.
That's
That's
fair
true.
enough. So, what's your guys' opinion on, like, say, like you were going out with a girl for like a few years or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And you guys break up. What's your opinion on like continuing having sex with that person? Do you think
shit,
do you
I
think
don't
you
mind it.
should, or would you say it's not a good idea?
Wait, can you say that again? I just got a turkey leg out there
You
right now.
piece of shit.
Sorry.
See, this is what happens on this podcast. It's a
Sorry.
mess. We have people not listening, checking their phones.
It was serious news.
It was
I'm sorry.
urgent.
All right,
It
so
was very urgent.
I'm gonna repeat myself one more time.
All right, okay, sorry. my
Okay,
bad.
you're good. You're good. What did I say? One more.
You said if you were dating a girl for a couple years and then
Oh, if you break up, like, do you think it's a good idea
Yeah.
to keep having sex with them?
Yeah, do you think
No.
it's a good idea to keep having sex?
No.
I say no.
Yeah, when you word it like that, no, it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
no,
I would certainly do it, but it's
because
not
then
a good idea.
because you're
It's not a good
you're basically in a relationship again because you're just
Yeah.
talking to them about fucking and that's like a majority, well, not a majority, but it's a part of a relationship.
How big of a part of a relationship do you think sex is?
It's a big part for me.
Huge.
Percentage wise, what's the breakup? Give me the breakup between the biggest parts of a relationship for you.
60% is sex.
60%.
60% is sex.
Okay, what about the rest of the 40?
Horny boy.
You can divide up to 40. It doesn't have to be like exactly 40. It can be like 10 here, 5 there, whatever.
I don't even know. Maybe like. Oh, okay. No, let me take that back. Not
Personality
60. Let me lower that
conversation.
down a little bit.
60
I would
is
say
that.
like 40 is sex.
Okay.
Another 40 is personality, and then the 20 is just like, how well you take care of yourself. And then that's
Fair
it.
enough. Omar?
I would say going in like descending order. I don't know what kind of percentages I put on these. Maybe I would say. Sex has to be high, unfortunately.
It has to be high.
People want to act like it's not, but it's high. It's high because if you have good
important,
sex,
man.
it stands out, greatly. And if you have bad sex, it also stands out poorly.
It hurts the relationship.
Yeah, it hurts it big time.
Or you probably won't even get in the relationship.
Or if you don't have a good sex life. And like
That
the other
too.
person doesn't want to have sex as much as you, or they want to have sex more than you, and like it's just kind of a turn.
Would y'all
off in a
ever
way.
find that issue? Like
What?
if a girl had like a high sex drive, would you like ever get tired of that?
It depends how high.
Like every day.
If we like say,
Every day for the beginning, and then like a year into it, she's like 3 times a day. Not 3 times a day.
Oh
3
my
days
God.
a week. Three days.
Bitch, you better relax.
3 times a day, like praying or like stretching.
Like, different at specific times throughout the
Okay,
day.
like after a year of the relationship, like 3 days out of the week.
Wait, so do I live with this hypothetical girl? Or no?
Yeah, let's just say y'all live together.
And she wants to have sex every day.
Yeah.
3 days out of the week? That's not bad.
That's really not bad.
We can have sex every day. But I mean, eventually I want to slow down because I know I'm going to get busy with like work and life and other shit. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to spend my life. Sex is not like, there can definitely be quickies, right?
Yeah,
But
what if
like,
it's just like a quickie every time? Or like she knows how to nut
quickie?
fast and it's just like,
If she knows how to nut fast, that may be
I'll
a
marry
different
her.
story, yeah.
I'll marry her.
Imagine just in and out, both of y'all are good to go in like 4
Like
minutes.
5 minutes? Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
amazing.
That would be awesome.
I'd be the happiest boy in the world.
But even then, I don't know. I mean, I've been in situations like that where they want to have sex more than I do. And it's because it's, well, I mean, granted, I don't have my own place.
oh, okay.
So that's
yeah.
a big factor. We have to figure out an area,
A location,
car.
a
I gotta go to
venue.
your, we got to wait till late night. You can come over. I can go over. But
Yeah.
it just, I don't know, mucks it all up.
So both of y'all have your own, like in the hypothetical, y'all have your own place.
Yeah.
And she just wants to fuck every day.
We can do that.
And the
Yeah.
nut, and her nut probably takes like 15 minutes.
See, the way you said it, where you said every day
kinda-
for the first year and then after that 3 times a week, I can
Yeah.
do that.
I
But
can do
every
that.
day forever?
That's adjusting.
I don't think so.
Every day
So-
forever? No, I don't think
Wait,
anybody
so,
would ever
how
want that.
long would it
My
be
dog
every day?
died. I don't want to have sex today. My family dog died.
Wait, so how long would it be every day?
How long?
Yeah, for how long? What stretch of time would we be having?
She would
sex?
like to nut every day. So like
What stretch of time?
her nut is like 15 minutes.
For what stretch of time over the long term?
Oh, what stretch? Wait, huh?
What stretch of time over the long term would she like to have sex every day? Just like a year or two, the first year of the
Yeah, like the
relationship?
first year.
And then after that, 3 days a week?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
that's pretty good.
That'd be a crazy year.
Yeah.
Every
That's a
single
very
day.
long year. Your dick will be tired.
365 days of
And probably
sex.
multiple nuts, more than
on holidays?
multiple nuts on some days. On holidays,
There's no way you
that's
could do
actually
it every single day. What if like?
I could do it every day.
What,
I
no,
can
I'm saying
also
like,
do
what
it
if?
every day, but
I could
What
do
if
it
you're
every
both
day.
busy? Like
well,
logistically, what if you can't?
let's say you're actively like this is an agreement between you both. You're actively that actually sounds like a lot of fun. You're actively
that's what I'm saying.
aiming for once a day, and you know that's the and maybe both of y'all aren't in the mood that day, but you just know like, well, we said we were gonna do it every day. We're gonna do it every day.
That
Just put it
would
on the
be-
episode of Family Guy and just fuck the whole episode.
That would be an
And that's it.
amazing like, I guess, social experiment for someone's relationship.
to see if
Yeah.
it'll work.
Yeah, to have sex one day, every single day for 1 year.
Like, what if on the days you don't want to have sex because you're stressed out or you're sad about something, and then after you have sex, you feel much better? You'd be
Yeah.
like, shit,
That's true.
I should do
I
this every
think-
single day.
That might be more healthy for the relationship,
I would agree,
right?
So.
I mean, having
If y'all are
sex,
fucking every day,
And if
Yeah.
you both enjoy it,
yeah,
yeah, if y'all both enjoy it, then yeah, it's great.
I feel like at a certain point, it'd probably feel more like a chore.
Yeah,
But right, but
I
like,
mean, for sure, sometimes you'll like get tired of it and be like, damn, it's
But
the
once
same coochie I had Tuesday.
yeah,
but once you're doing it, you're kind of into it.
yeah,
Like, there's been times where I don't want to do it because for the simple fact of I don't want to figure it out and like,
Yeah.
meet up and everything. But once I'm doing it, I'm like, all right, I'm glad I'm here.
It was worth it.
Yeah, I'm glad,
glad I showed up.
I'm glad I showed up.
I'm glad I showed
Glad
up
I didn't
today.
call in.
Oh
I'm glad I didn't give my shift away.
Someone picked this up for me.
Hey, someone pick this up. Let me text the group check. Someone pick this up for
Oh
me.
my
Yeah,
god.
but back to the percentage thing. I would definitely say sex is very high.
yeah,
Whether we like it or not, it is. It's just
Well,
biological.
What's the percentage? We need the numbers.
I'm gonna say 30.
30.
I'm gonna say
okay.
30. Humor to me is like maybe 10 or 15. I like
Yeah.
I like a good funny personality.
Yeah.
I'll chalk. Well, personality I'll say also 10 or 15. No. Personality I'll say like 25.
I must say I just bunched that all together.
Yeah.
Like humor, I just put it as a part of the personality.
I don't know how
That's-
you'd break it all
That's
up.
fair.
Yeah,
Genetics or somewhere in there. I'm a shorter guy.
genetics.
I need to make
Genetics.
babies with someone who's my height or taller.
I need a tall, blonde-haired, blue-eyed lady.
Tall blue. Yeah, I need my kids
blue
to be
eyes?
beautiful. Curly hair.
nose.
I need my kid to have curly hair. And a nice nose. I got a big Arab nose.
I feel that, man.
First date, Omar's just analyzing the girl before she sits down. Like,
Could I see a picture of your parents?
Where's your family from? What?
those kneecaps are not going to work for me. I don't like the way your kneecap looks.
Just looking at him up and down, inspecting him. What about you? What are your percentages, AB?
My breakup, it'd probably be about 40 sex, 20%. I think humor is a good one.
Yeah.
So that brings me to 60, right?
Yeah.
I would say like 10% like creativity. Like I want someone who's like creative or who can think outside of the box.
That's
a
good one.
So that brings me to what, like 70?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm at 70.
Yeah.
So I would say trust makes up the rest of the 30.
Okay.
Someone I can trust.
Those are good ones.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, trust is a major one.
Yeah.
Having
I didn't
girlfriend-
think of that one.
I'm sure y'all have had girls or girlfriends that you trusted and didn't trust.
Oh, most definitely.
And being in a relationship where you trust the other person pretty much wholeheartedly is just
It's
awesome.
a weight off your
Much-
shoulders.
much
It's a weight
less
off your
stressful.
shoulder. Yeah, much less stressful. It makes for a much happier
That's
relationship.
terrible. You
Oh,
just
yeah.
spend most of your day like worrying where your girlfriend is. You're like,
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
I hope she's not fucking somebody right now.
You're fucking.
Damn it, she's probably fucking. You're just at home. Damn it. Bitch said her phone died, but I don't believe her.
I don't believe her.
How'd your phone die on a Saturday at 2 p.m.?
Yeah. It's
Oh my god.
Do you
Some
guys
sick
think
shit.
that a lot of guys nowadays are very like possessive?
Oh yeah.
I definitely
Yeah.
think so, right? Like they're like, I don't want my girl wearing this or wearing that, right? Like, some things I get, right? If she's wearing just like a fucking sugar packet over her vagina, and, like, 2 Post-it notes,
Sugar
okay,
packet.
I get that. Don't let her go out like that, right? Like something could happen to her, or, like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
someone could do something like that she doesn't want, like someone could make it advance.
Yeah.
But if she's just like dressing up for the club and going out and she looks hot and like she's wearing something cute, like
That's
like, who
that's
gives a,
what she
like-
should be doing.
Yeah, like let her.
It's true.
Yeah, like let her like fucking. And most of the time, I've heard girls don't even do that for other guys. They do it for themselves.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They dress hot and they buy hot things because they want to look hot for themselves.
But there
It's
are
all the
times
hot
that they
girls.
do wear it for guys.
oh
yeah.
there are definitely times.
Like
Sometimes
it
they go out
can go
looking
both
for
ways
dick.
for the same person. Like
Yeah.
some days they can be like, oh, it's for me. Some days they're like, I want to fuck somebody.
oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had situations like that where I used to get a little bit insecure about what girls would wear, like in a certain relationship. But I quickly grew out of that. That was like in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like thinking back on it, I was like, like I remember certain situations and certain outfits, and I was like, it's not even a fucking big deal. But like right now, I'm like, dude, there's worse. There's way worse than I've
there's-
let slide
there's
that I
a
don't
lot-
care about.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's
Yeah.
bigger fish to fry.
Especially if I'm with them.
So
you can
why
wear
do you-
whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly.
So like speaking of like possessive shit and Omar, like how you mentioned how you used to kind of do shit like that, like think about like what they're wearing and you don't want them wearing that, right? Like why do you think we do things like as like people, right? Like as like humans, as men, why do you think we do things that we know are bad for us? Like we know that are probably just like not the best in our best interest, right?
Well,
and we do
because-
them anyway sometimes.
At the time, I thought it was in my best interest, right?
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, for one, it's like a respect factor to me. Like, oh, don't be like, let's say no bra, for example.
Yeah.
Like you're showing your nipples. You can't see through the shirt, but like the nipples are poking.
Yeah.
But it's not something I should care. What I would care about is like people looking at her and having to like. For some weird reason, guys are weird. We have weird brains, but like playing out scenarios where like, fuck, someone's gonna try flirting with her right in front of me, and I'm gonna have to do something, and I don't feel like
and it's
doing.
not even happening.
I don't feel like doing this at Memorial Mall, bro. I don't. So just put on a sweater.
Just walking by the candle store and like it's not going to happen.
You look good,
Nobody-
bitch. It's just, here we fuck.
God
It's 7
damn it.
p.m. on a Saturday. Now the day's ruined. But that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. You know how balls you have to be of a guy to say that in
You know
front
how
of you?
balls you have to be to walk up to a girl in the mall in general.
Yeah.
Let alone when she's with the dude.
That's straight up balls.
That
Imagine
dude is
that.
scary. Whoever does that is a fucking psychopath.
Take her, bro.
Walking
No,
up to
I-
a girl
you
when
earned
she's
her.
with the dude. Jesus.
And the girl's almost 100% not gonna, go for it because
Walks
know
up to
what
her.
I mean?
Walks up to her. This is your brother, right?
This is your brother, right?
It's your brother, right? What's up, baby?
Who's this dude? Fucking face palms me.
What's up, dude? It's your brother, right?
brother, right? What are you doing after this? What are you doing after this loser?
Oh my
So yeah, but that never happens. You know what I mean? That doesn't
Yeah.
happen. That's just a weird thing that you're stressing about.
Yeah,
Or that
guys
I
just-
was stressing about for literally no reason.
Guys would just make that shit up, like the whole scenario in their head, and y'all are just in the car, like driving
Yeah.
somewhere. You
And now
like,
I'm
damn,
just
some
fuming.
somebody tried to hit on my girl at Cheesecake Factory. I'm just so fucking mad. He's like,
When I was just trying to eat a fucking 1,000-calorie meal. Literally everything in that fucking restaurant is more than 1,000 calories.
I've
Like,
never had the food there. That
don't. It's
fucking
all
menu
fucking
is-
unhealthy. Like, it's all a bunch of fucking bullshit. Like,
that menu is too fucking big for me to choose something.
the cheesecake is good though.
It's like
I
a
had one
glorified
piece of cake.
Chili's, right?
Yeah, it's like glorified Chili's. It's more expensive, and I would just rather go to fucking Chili's.
High key, the chili slander has to end.
It does.
It does.
Chili's
It
is
does.
fucking
I am
amazing.
tired of
Yeah.
people slandering Chili's. Chili's knows what it is. It embraces it. It's a fun place.
It's a very slutty place.
It's a slutty place.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. $2
$5,
for 20, dude? Oh
Two
my-
for 20. I
That
had
shit
$5 Long
Wait,
Island.
what's 2 for 20?
You got it. You know
Well,
what it is.
basically, it's like a meal for two. It's like a setup for two. You get like an appetizer. You each get 2 entrees. And I think you get like a dessert or something. But I remember I used to go last year a lot for whatever reason. And, excuse me, they had this El Presidente one.
Oh, that's
Oh,
the
that's the
margarita,
one.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the
So you get
signature.
all the food plus these like margaritas, and they fill up the little martini glass like maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
And you can get pretty buzzed off those.
Yeah.
And it's like 35 for 2 people. And I was like, dude,
That shit's amazing.
that's a
Damn,
steal.
That shit's
that's
amazing.
not bad, man.
And you get to-go's and shit. Because you're not going to, well, you might not finish it all. It's a lot of shit.
And the food is actually pretty good.
It is.
Like, it's pretty solid.
Those crispers?
Oh my god. Damn, crispers.
I'm tired of this elitism with food, bro. Like, they're like, I like the like professional chefs like David Chang. Like, he's a chef that like promotes like he doesn't give a fuck if it's like Wendy's or if it's like some fucking 5-star fucking foie gras shit. Like, if it tastes good, it's all about the taste and the flavor. Like, who gives a fuck? Like in the moment, if it's like a, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like some like
absolutely.
elite, like just because a fucking place is a 5-star 5 dining plate doesn't mean the food's gonna be fucking amazing, right?
I think
sure.
it's
Like,
the
it's
way
all
people
about the
are
flavor.
now. It's like everything has to be fucking great or it's bad. So they look at like in that situation, like he can see the good in all that shit. Like he can see
Yeah.
the good in a fucking 4 for $4, and then the
Exactly.
good in like a steak from some big ass steakhouse.
I think that makes you a better chef too.
Yeah,
being
and
able
a better person.
Absolutely, being able
Yeah.
to see that, like
Both of those.
I feel like it would enhance. It enhances all the possibilities of flavor because you're not ignoring like just because your Wendy's is Wendy's, you're not gonna fucking incorporate any.
You still see the
inspiration
good.
from
You
Wendy's.
still
Like,
see like the good shit they do because they're not. It's not
Exactly.
1,000 Wendy's everywhere just because they make shit fast. It's like no, the shit's good.
yeah,
still.
exactly. Think about how many places probably tried to like scale up like that and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And there's a reason it had to work, right? Like
Because that fucking sea salt, that
Yeah.
damn sea salt.
sea salt fries.
Spicy nuggets?
The spicy
Something
nuggets, bro.
Serious.
Oh my god, I had some last night. That shit was hitting.
Yeah, it's weird how far ambiance and like service goes in
It
restaurants
is.
and stuff like that. Like I
Yeah.
could care less. Ambiance for sure I could give a shit about.
Yeah.
Service, you know, I guess I don't want an asshole server just being rude or like not getting me my stuff being, you know, cold and that. But even then, I don't really care that much about that either.
I mean, I guess I can see. It depends what you're in the mood for, right? Like, if you just want like to go get food, then ambiance doesn't really matter if you're going by yourself, right? But say if you want to go on like a date or something, you don't want to go to like a place that's like super loud and super rowdy.
Yeah.
Like, you won't be able to hear the girl. You know what I mean? Like, ambiance does play into it in that aspect, right? Like, if you want to
Yeah.
go somewhere like nice-ish for your first date with a girl that we can kind of like hear her and talk to her or whatever.
Yeah.
Then maybe that's better.
I prefer a quiet Chili's over a Ruth Chris, like or a Taste of Texas. Like
I've never been to a Ruth Chris, but
Ruth Chris
I've
is
heard they're nice.
very fucking expensive. It is pretty nice, but it's just like annoying.
It was like a steakhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't they
But,
all? They're all steakhouse.
Chili, bro. If I could go to Chili's with a girl and just chill and fucking drink some margs, I'm fine.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
And we
Chili's
could
is-
talk a little bit, eat some
Laid
crispers,
back.
Just play a
have
little
a great
Candy
time.
Crush on the iPad.
Bro,
You know what
great
I'm saying?
time.
Candy Crush.
Great
Play a little
time.
Connect 4 on the iPad. They give you that little tablet.
That's
thing.
a great time.
That's a great idea for restaurants to do. And you
little-
pay like 99 cents. You can play the little game.
Yeah.
You know, and you got your kid there. Just
Yeah.
shut up. Shut up
So,
and play.
so
and
what's
bitch.
what's your ideal first date, right? Let's say if you meet a girl, let's say off Tinder or something like that. What's your ideal like first date?
Me, her in the backseat of my car. Damn, I'm playing.
That boy getting right to it.
I get right to it. Nah, like, am I trying to like? What am I trying to do? If I'm trying to like just beat, I don't know. But if I'm trying to like impress her and like I really really like her,
Yeah.
shit, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't even know. Like, I don't even have restaurants in my brain.
It doesn't have to be a
Like,
restaurant.
think of
It
a
can just be,
place.
what's the date? Like, it doesn't have to be food. It can be going out somewhere or
I
something.
can go to like a park, have like a picnic.
That's a fun
That's pretty
one.
solid.
That's a good
Museum's
first
pretty
date.
fun too.
Yeah,
What about you?
museums. Oh, that's a good one.
Well, one of my major spots was this ramen place that about 4 out of 5, about 4 or 3 out of 5 of the girls that I took there didn't like it because it's a really
That's
particular
hilarious.
flavor and it's strong and it's spicy.
Wait, dude, didn't you say the fucking waiter, the fucking servers would recognize you?
Yeah.
Like,
Winky-
damn, another one.
Mickey would be like, damn, bro, bringing in all the girls.
It's because there was like a few months span where I brought in like 3 different girls, like more than once each, and I'm certain the fucking waiter recognized it, and he gave me like little side eyes like twice.
That's
Like, I know
he
what you're
didn't say
doing,
a word
buddy.
though. Yeah, he talked to me like he'd never
Became a
seen me in my
regular.
life. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But now I do like the sushi place, or the museum. I like the museum a lot.
Yeah,
like
that's a
Herman
sol-
Park.
for a first date.
Because you can go to the
Yes.
museum and then Herman Park, or
That's-
vice versa.
That's solid.
Yeah,
that's
nothing's
good
funner, bro,
date.
than looking at some fossils
That's
with
a
the girl
fossil.
you're trying to bone, bro.
trying to put a fossil in you.
Go to the
pun
Natural Science
intended.
Museum.
That's a good one.
Go to the Human Body exhibit.
Hell yeah, dude. Fine arts, I'm sick of it. Fine arts, you can make a lot of jokes.
Yeah, the fine arts one is pretty good.
Especially if they have like a good personality, you just sit there and make jokes on all
Yeah.
the funny looking people in the paintings. They love babies back then, huh? Like back in like the angelic kind
That
of
was like a
looking
sign
paintings.
of God back then. The fucking
Yeah.
baby is like,
A
shit,
little
if you
fat
could have
baby.
one, you're Jesus.
They're always such animated little baby faces.
A fat
like-
baby and fat ladies.
Yeah.
Facts.
Those were popular back then.
Just
Life
naked and
fucking-
fat.
Life sucked back then.
Yeah. Imagine how bad everything stunk.
Everybody's breath probably smelled like shit.
Everybody
Oh.
smelled like shit. Everything was shit.
Horse shit and trash everywhere.
Everywhere.
Oh yeah,
Everywhere.
There's probably horse poop everywhere you can imagine.
You
It
can't
just-
clean that.
Oh yeah.
What do you
no.
do? You don't have like pressurized water. You can't just pull out the hose and wash it down.
You just gotta
have to
hope
let
it rains.
Maybe they
disintegrate.
could bury it. That's the only thing you can do.
But that means someone's gonna have to scoop it up, put it away.
I'm
and
sure
bury it.
like in cities, I'm sure that's what they did.
You think so? They have
Yeah,
like just
of
city
course.
workers that
They have like
Yeah.
cemeteries of horse shit everywhere. It's just
That's your
dope.
job,
Probably
son.
just
I'm
a bunch of horse shit all over the U.S.
the horse shit scooper.
everywhere.
I go around New York and just scoop up horse shit.
That's what's holding. That's all that's holding New York together is just horse shit. It's just horse shit everywhere.
just a foundation
It's
of
a
horse
foundation
shit.
of horse
Man,
shit.
so what do you guys think it'd be like to grow up in New York, man? I mean, they're
I would
fucking-
love it.
Like right now.
No, if like say since you were little, like what if you grew up there and like to your 20s, you grew up in fucking New York? What would life be like?
I would love it.
Like you're fucking like it's concrete jungle, man. There's no fucking grass. It's just fucking buildings
And people.
concrete and people
Just
and
people
subways and homeless people and people trying to rob you and people trying to fucking grift you and people you know like they're playing the 3-card Monte game. They put the
Yeah.
Where's it in? Which cup's it
yeah,
in?
people doing that shit. Like what do you guys think life would be like if you had grown up in New York?
I don't know. That's got to be different.
I would love that shit.
I would imagine growing up in New York is probably like the movies,
Yeah.
where like you go to a corner and there's a bunch of like bullies on the corner and like, oh fuck, I gotta get through these kids and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like that type
like
of shit.
Everybody hates Chris.
Yeah, it depends on what
like
borough
everybody
I'm
hates
in.
Chris. Like I'm stealing from this candy shop. blah,
If
blah,
I'm in
blah.
like Harlem, oh god, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in Harlem.
Talk about thick skin though. You grew up.
Shit.
We think we have thick skin here in Houston.
No, they have.
They got
the
thick
thickest
skin.
because they just go through so much shit every day.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's normal to them.
See a homeless guy beaten off by the age of 10 at
Bro,
least.
that's just wild.
Yeah, crazy shit's going on over there.
That's why I heard a lot of people don't raise their kids in New York. They move out.
Yeah, they move out to like New Jersey or some
Yeah,
shit.
I heard there's not a lot of like native like New Yorkers.
Mm.
Most people who go to New York, they come from like other places and they go and they work in New York and they live over there. And then when they have kids, they move away.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
How can you raise a good, upstanding citizen in New York? Everyone's
Right?
mean,
Everybody
bro.
from New York's a piece of shit.
Yeah, you're trying to be a snake the whole time. Not even on purpose, just in every way. It's just,
There's good kids from New York. I know a
I'm
couple
sure.
people.
I'm sure.
I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure.
They
but
they have their
chances are,
grimy moments.
Yeah.
For sure they have their grimy moments. But
You
they're
gotta,
like cool.
even if you're good, you got to get into like coke or like something, you know, something. Dude,
You got to
something.
sell something, buddy.
Everything's at your
Everybody-
axe. You just
everybody
walk
from
outside
New
the
York-
house.
Everybody from New York probably fucking hates it.
They're probably like, no, that's right.
Like, how did he know?
How did he know we were all?
They
in
all
on it?
have like a very like a
Yeah.
hustler's mentality. Like they all try to make money somehow in very weird ways.
Mm.
Like I had a New York person put me on to selling plasma. That's
Oh,
how I found
shit.
out about that.
Yeah, they give you
Did you do
a
it?
hefty.
I didn't do it. I sat in the thing and thought about doing it. I was like,
Wait,
nah.
describe to us what is that?
Selling plasma is like I think it's like damn near giving blood. But
Yeah.
plasma's like more I think it's like they want it more for some reason. I don't know why.
More in demand.
Yeah. But so they would go like sell I have friends that would go sell plasma for like $50. They give you like a little card. You can go to a gas station and get cash for it. And you just walk out with money. There were homeless people that would do that every week.
Selling their plasma.
Yeah. Like they would walk in and do that like every week. Like it was a job.
That's interesting, man. You know, I used to back when I was in school in my university, I would see all these signs, or like not really signs, just like printed ads on just like a fucking piece of paper in the restroom, the men's restroom. It's like donate your sperm for up to $3,000.
That's
shit.
wild.
And I seen like what guy actually went ahead and like just said, "Fuck, like I need money. Like let me
For
do this shit."
$3,000, I would
Shit,
donate
I
my
would.
sperm.
It
Yeah.
says
You probably
for
have
up
to go-
to. It says for
Oh,
up
for
to
up
three,
to.
but that means it'd probably give you like a couple $100. But you know
Or
what I mean?
it depends on how you look.
Yeah.
How
If you
good
have
your
like
sperm
killer
is.
genetics,
Yeah.
come in there handsome as shit.
Like
Yeah.
me,
Alright,
because I'm
3K.
tall, I know I can get a good little penny for my nut.
Yeah.
So
Good little penny for
a
my
good little
nut.
penny for my nut.
I got a little beard. I'd like to hope.
got a little
I like to hope they'll slip me 400, 400 or 500.
But what are they
For
doing
my
with it?
troubles.
You know what I mean? I think do they have to tell you like how's that? Do they tell you like we're using this for stem cell research or are we using this
For
to get-
sperm? I just
yeah,
think they
imagine.
use it for sperm donors. Basically.
No, I think they use it for like stem cell research and shit.
Huh.
And, like they use it to get I'm sure like For some people, they like use it to get them pregnant. But I think for that, they would ask you if you're comfortable with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
like,
they do.
You know, if you have a little baby running around,
that'd be
legitimate
insane.
Kid somewhere. Yeah, they definitely have to ask you because I'm sure a lot of people would feel weird about that.
Yeah.
I would feel weird. Imagine if, let's say I donated sperm last year, and today they hit me up in a text and told me, "Hey, someone wants your sperm to have a baby. How do you feel about that?"
That's hilarious that they texted you this.
They don't call me.
Hey, yo, bro. Hey, yo, we
email
finna
casual text.
We finna use your nut real quick. Do we have your approval?
All right.
We unfreezing that shit.
We unfreezing that shit.
We unfreezing that shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't like
man.
that. Shit, I wouldn't like a little Omar. Even if I'm doing something nice for someone else, you go get someone else's sperm, lady.
Yeah,
Because
not my shit.
Because I'm sorry, I don't want a little Omar out there that I don't even know in some other state
a
or
little
something.
Unsanctioned kid from unsanctioned sperm, fucking
Yeah.
running
Yeah.
around.
Little mystery kid, little bastard, bastard Jon Snow.
Fucking, that's funny, man. Fucking
Would y'all do that?
Donating your sperm. If times were tough, bad economy, and I'm broke, I'll do it.
I would do it.
I'd
I would do it
like
off top, just cause.
What's your minimum amount today for them to offer, like, to donate your sperm? Like, if they
For money?
someone on the street offered you, they're with a company.
Some random guy. someone on the street. Hey, come in
I
this
need
cup.
you to put your
Excuse
sperm
me, sir. Can I
inside
have
of
your
me.
nut, please?
Let's say like outside of a business, they offered
Yeah.
you some money. What would be the money where you're like, all right, I got it?
Like it's a clinic place, right? Like,
Yeah, it's a clinic.
Not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
sketchy shit.
No,
like,
no.
Okay, like
it's an actual clinic.
Okay, good. Like accredited fucking doctors. And
A
shit.
dude with a trench coat on.
Yeah.
And no
give
pants.
me some of your sperm. Wow. I mean, it would have to be like more than $500. What are they going to use it for? Is my question.
Yeah.
I have to know.
Let's pretend nothing to do with children.
Oh, dude. Fucking any, like, as long as it's more than $100.
Dude, $20 right
Fucking
now.
anything.
Using it to make clones and shit. Fucking, bro,
Bunch of super soldier AVs.
they super fucking sketch, bro. If they take your sperm, they don't tell you what it's for.
Yo,
it's like
man.
fucking. They could do whatever they want with it.
They can fucking clone you.
just
Imagine
your,
that.
Your sperm just floating around out there. Who knows where it is? You know what I mean?
They get one massive dude, like a 6'10", just beefy guy, like some Samoan guy.
Yeah.
And just clone a bunch of him.
Like the Rock.
Yeah, and
Like
put him in
this thing, just
like the
fucking
Rock. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Extract a bunch of semen from the Rock
And just put him in an evil like training facility that you put children in. You know what I mean? Like the Russians do.
Yeah, like super soldiers.
Still super soldier kids, and you just have an army of like 50 of these like 6'10" motherfuckers that know how to fight and shoot guns. Bunch of Batmans.
Yeah, man.
They're gonna kill people.
I mean,
Holy
if-
shit.
If we do that, then people won't need to join the military anymore. We just
That's
have these
true.
super soldiers fight for us.
People
A
say
bunch of
robots
rocks.
are gonna be the super soldiers. They're gonna be the ones fighting for us in the future. How do y'all feel about that?
Maybe, man. I mean, I think that would solve a lot of problems. But what if everybody else starts developing robots, and then it becomes a race to like develop the best robots?
Yeah, that's
That's
all-
exactly
all I
what
see
it's gonna
happening.
be. People act like that's less violent, but once the robots beat your robots, well, the robots are coming for you.
No. What if there's no coming for people? Like, what if it's like once your robots lose, you have to yield? Like you're done. Like
Well,
the
you're still
robots
gonna
fight,
be-
like the robots fight. The humans no longer fight the wars. What if it's just robots? And once say like, what if I don't know, if we go to war, we stay in war with
China.
yeah, something like that. We get in war with China, and then China's robots beat our robots. Then we would have to yield as humans. There'd be no human blood spilled, right? It'd just be all robot blood.
Yeah.
We would just yield, and then what
It would probably become like a more casual thing. Like it would probably happen more often.
Yeah.
Like
But
over
the-
like fucking I don't know.
But
Like
what happens
import
after
taxes or some shit? They'd be like, yo, I'm gonna fuck you up with my robot and
Nah,
keep
dude.
raising that shit.
Your quality of life definitely changes.
What happens
Imagine
after a war, though? You know what I mean? Like
After
like,
that?
like historically, what happens after a war? Like if we beat, I don't know, like how we beat Germany, right? Like
Yeah.
What happens? Germany has to.
Well,
they have-
Germany got
I think
fucked
we
up.
Signed,
Germany
they-
got fucked
We
up
signed
pretty
something,
bad.
right? And they have to like pay us back over.
They had to
time.
pay a
Yeah.
bunch of
They had-
countries over.
I think they have to. Yeah, they have to pay them back over time.
That's
Right?
actually
Isn't
really
that how it
crazy.
works?
That's how it worked. Yeah.
It's crazy that the guy that caused it killed himself, and then the country was just like, yeah, we got to pay everybody fucking
Oh,
money.
That's like their.
Fuck, we thought he was right.
That's like their dark
Shit.
past, man.
Hell yeah, they don't talk
Dude,
about that.
now
Imagine
they
going to Germany and just like, y'all remember Hitler? And just
Right?
have like,
They would do
like a
yes, remember
supermarket.
Yeah,
They would do like
oh,
tours,
God.
and they would be like, "Yeah, from 1905 we were chilling and all that shit." And then 1950 we were, whatever.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, you just skipped like 40 years."
We don't
like,
talk
what
about
happened?
those. We don't talk about those years.
It's probably super embarrassing to them. I mean, that guy fucking completely ruined the
Yeah.
world, the entire world's image of what a German
yeah.
person is, right? Because he was probably the most, if you really think about it, Hitler was the most dangerous thing to the existence of the world.
At
Probably,
that time,
yeah.
yeah.
Because he represented everything bad about the world, like hate and like racism, socialism. I mean,
colonizing,
everything.
all that shit.
Yeah, not even socialism, like fascism.
Nah, just
you know?
yeah,
like
Stalin and all that shit.
yeah, like suppressing ideas,
Yeah.
fucking killing anyone who didn't agree with him. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he represented everything that was absolutely horrible about the world, and they legit had a chance of like taking over Europe and then like just slowly just taking over other parts of the world.
Because they
Imagine
bodied
shit.
France. Like, they got
Yeah.
France out of there.
we would all be
Easy,
speaking fucking
easy.
German right now.
Yeah.
Eating
Dude.
fucking bratwurst and shit.
Ew.
Fucking The Man on High Castle. There's a show on I think Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
That's like it's supposed to be set in a world where Hitler won.
Like if Germany won the war.
Yeah, it's like present day, I think. That'd be some crazy stuff.
What's
See,
that been like, man?
the way like concentration camps are when we talked about the robots, that's what I think would happen. Like our robots beat your robots.
Yeah.
That's it. You're done. You
Yeah.
can't fight us back at all. We do whatever we want. You're under our rule now. And like
Yeah.
you're gonna get treated poorly. We're gonna take your resources. We're gonna take
Yeah,
your
because it
money.
would
we
just
become
be
like a
like-
colony
Yeah.
sort of.
Now
because-
you're at our disposal,
Yeah,
and like
we become
we're
like-
just
Yeah,
all
because
poor.
if the other country's like, yo, we have an issue, they're just like, yo, I'm gonna get my robots again, and we're just gonna beat you again.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
you want to die,
yeah, it's
But
like,
then-
what do you want to do?
but
Like,
then your country low-key develops stronger robots in the meantime.
maybe yeah,
they
some
rise up over
underground
time.
project.
It's a secret plan for the country.
One super
Right.
robot that they've been building for years.
That's hilarious.
Saves the day. I don't know, man.
That's wild. What if like states started developing their own little robots
For,
to
like-
fight? I don't know, to like just fight other states or whatever.
Dude,
Oh.
like, man, that
California
could be,
would run everything.
You're talking about some national war. You're talking about
Yeah,
like states against
inside.
states.
Yeah.
that could
Maybe,
be-
man.
Who knows, man? Do you think we'll ever see a civil war in our lifetimes?
I think so.
I think
It's
so
possible.
too.
I think
You think
anything's
so?
possible
Another
now at
civil
this
war?
point.
I would hope not, but with the current climate of everything,
The
and
country is so divided.
Not
Yeah,
not
it's
a not
really
a full on
divided.
civil war like that one though. That was a different. That shit was
Brothers
crazy.
fighting brothers, cousins
Yeah.
fighting cousins.
That
That's
shit was crazy. I don't think it'll be like
You
that.
seeing your cousin on the battlefield.
but like a quarter, I feel, of the nation will participate.
Gerald, what the hell are you
20%.
doing here? You know what I mean?
I know him. We went to school together.
Yeah.
That's no fun, bro. You got to keep shooting. Everyone's missing. Everyone's reloading. It takes 10 minutes.
Jesus.
You shoot again,
Bro,
you
it would
miss
take-
again.
It would take people days to die. You would shoot someone, they'd be on the floor, and they'd just leave them there.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's wild.
Because it's a waste of ammo to fucking shoot them again. You know what I mean? So you just
Yeah.
shoot them and leave them there.
and the
that's
medic probably won't find them. They're just bleeding
it.
out.
Fuck no.
Fuck that.
The medic is operating with limited fucking capabilities, pouring whiskey on your fucking cuts. You know what I mean?
Wrapping you with tissue
Drinks up
paper.
himself, then puts it on you.
Right? If you get a fucking cut on your hand, they have to cut off your whole hand.
I'm about to say you might be dead. That might kill you. That
Yeah,
might
'cause
kill
if you get
you.
infected. They don't have any. They didn't really have antibiotics back then either, or like developed antibiotics, like
A
super
fucking
developed.
a blister will probably body you. Like, you be done.
A blister.
A blister.
Some diarrhea, that'll take you. Some dysentery.
Diarrhea.
It's a little bit of
I don't think
dysentery.
we'll have like a full on war though. Like, not inside of America.
Do you think any states will try to secede?
I think so. That might happen.
Which states?
Who do you think? If anything, Texas probably.
Texas
like
or Florida.
California.
I say Florida. Maybe California, high key. Now that you say that.
They've
Yeah.
talked about it. And, like,
California
splitting
might
up in
secede.
3.
They have talked about it. California, like doing their own thing.
Shit, they're smarter than us, man.
Well,
I mean,
only
you know, they might
if
be
you
some
split it up
assholes
in
over there in certain
3,
parts, but
the lower part would be the worst shit in the world because that's where like L.A. and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Then the middle is like the country, and then the top is the
Rich
smart
people,
people.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Silicon
rich, smart
Valley and
people.
all that.
So it would just be like you get one country ass state from the middle, and then the two on the ends are just like, I don't even know.
One
Shit,
of them
they
will
could
be
be
like
money
fucking,
makers.
One of them
Yeah.
is like Florida, and then the other one is just a different part of the like they're on a whole nother spectrum.
Yeah.
See,
Like
Florida
Silicon
could
Valley
probably
and other
fuck
shit.
off, I think.
I think Florida might lose.
Dude, I've heard
Florida
Florida,
could secede.
already feels like it's not even part of the country.
Florida's a fucking whole nother
I've never
world,
been, I've
bro.
never been, but that's what I've heard from people who've been.
I mean, I remember when I went to Florida when I was a kid,
Yeah.
and I don't remember too much of it. I don't remember the people and everything. I was like 9 years old, but I do remember people drove pretty crazy over there.
I can imagine.
Crazier than here, like cutting off.
I've heard
and-
it's one of the craziest states in the U.S.
Yeah,
Oh, for sure.
I would definitely say so. Oh my God, shit! Talk about growing up in New York. Imagine growing up in Florida. You got gators outside all the time. You got iguanas all the. You know they like kill iguanas over there. It's legal because there's so many of them. They're like a nuisance.
I wouldn't doubt it. It's the same thing with what snakes? not the boas. The fucking
Is it rattlesnakes?
pythons.
Oh,
pythons, which are not native to Florida.
They got pythons in the
They
wilds
imported-
of Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they do.
Burmese pythons.
How the fuck did they end up
Yeah,
from
so-
shipping, from freights, or what?
So I think what individually happened was like there were groups of people, maybe gang members or some shit, I don't know, who wanted like some exotic pets, right? Like snakes, like Burmese pythons, these big ass fucking snakes that are like more than 10 feet long, and they're like thick, they're really thick. They can fucking swallow a human, right?
Jesus.
And they have really nice colors, and they're beautiful. People will buy these snakes, and then they would start to get really big, and they'd be like, okay, shit, this thing's gonna eat my kid. Let me get rid of it. So the convenient thing about Florida is they have these beautiful fucking like this this outdoors area called the Everglades. It's like a big park, and they would just drop the fucking snakes off there and then just leave. And who's gonna tell them anything?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like no one's gonna see you do it. You just it's a fucking big ass fucking wooded area, like swamps and shit. You just drop a snake off and leave. And now there's a fucking like phenomenon where they have too many because all the snakes have reproduced and they're just fucking all over the place.
Jesus. I mean, yeah, what natural predators in Florida does a python have?
Yeah.
You know, they live their
Who's
whole
gonna
lives.
kill that?
Yeah, who's going to kill that?
15
Maybe
feet
a
long,
mountain.
dude.
No, dude, nothing. Not even a mountain lion. They don't even have mountain
There
lions.
have been
over there.
cases of alligators killing them, but like it's usually a tussle. You know what I mean? Like
That's the
It's usually
craziest
a
thing I've ever
squabble.
heard. That's reptile on reptile violence.
Yeah.
Do you know those you know those black birds that you see on power lines all the time?
Yeah.
Crows?
Apparently, no, they're not crows. I forgot what the fuck they're called.
They're not pigeons.
They
but
have a
they're, like-
weird name. It's. I wish I remembered. I wish I
don't
remembered
even
what it
know.
was. But I learned in school that apparently those aren't native to here either. Someone brought them and they just reproduce like fucking crazy. And there's so many of them. They're so small and they're so like their survival tactics are good.
Yeah, you just can't get them
Yeah, now they're just all over the place
unless if they like land on the power line. That's the only way they die. That's the only way I've seen one die.
on the power line.
Yeah, like if they land on like the little part, just like a little part of a power line.
Oh,
where,
I
like
know, with
it's
the little
actual
disky part?
Yeah, that part. I've seen one land on that and it just fucking fell. Like it just died instantly because it got shocked to death.
Getting electrocuted is
Yeah.
crazy. Just in a sec, zook, and that's it, and you're done.
And that's
that
it.
must be a horrible way to go. Being
Oh, yeah.
electrocuted.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I feel like your fucking heart would just pop. You know what I mean? Like if you're being electrocuted, like wouldn't that happen? Like the fucking electricity just jolts to your system.
I don't
and
even
then-
know what sensation
like,
you would get. Like I
How
don't
would that
think
even
you,
work? Like
Extremely tingly, probably.
one of my uncles got struck by lightning in his car.
No fucking kidding.
Yeah, he got struck by lightning, and like it fucked up the use of his hand for a while.
Mhm.
Like his hand, like there was like some nerve damage, but then he got like
Yeah.
surgery and he's fine now. But
That's
like,
insane. That
Yeah.
guy is a god.
So maybe it's just too much
It's
for your
crazy,
nerves. Like when you get shocked to death, it's
Yeah,
just like
it
it overpowers
complete-
everything.
it completely overpowers your central nervous system, and like
That
it
sucks.
fucks up the nerve endings and shit. Like things don't connect as well as they used to, from what I've
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. I've used like this weird like man-made thing that this guy had one time at a party for whatever reason. I was doing this drunk, and it's these two handles, and you hold on to them, and he was able to like up the voltage.
Yeah.
And you can hold it as long as you want. And after a certain point, it feels super tingly, like you know those like gum things that you used to do back in the day. You pull the gum and it electrocutes you.
Yeah.
It felt like that, but like super tingly. And once you get to a certain like voltage or whatever, however they measure it, it's almost as if you can't let go of the thing. Like you're stuck like that, like you're just frozen unless they turn it off. If they kept going up, like there's no way in hell you're letting that go.
Yeah.
So that makes me think once you touch something like that and actually get electrocuted to death, like are you there for a second, like or like what's going on?
You know, that's interesting that you bring that up. It makes me wonder, like, why do people like do things like? Why do some people like pain like that? You know what I mean? Like some people really like
know.
pain. Like I remember I watched this one in high school. I watched a porno of this chick. She didn't fuck the guy. He was naked and he was on the floor. She's bare feet. She's stepping on his balls.
Oh my god!
Oh,
And
Lord.
she's like punching them like boom, 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 right? And she's like, yeah, you fucking like that? And I'm just like, Jesus. I'm like, who likes this? This looks absolutely painful.
I don't know.
And I remember being so, when I saw it, I must have been like 16. I remember being so baffled. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, who likes this shit?
It might be like the sensations. They probably just have like a different interpretation of like
Of the pain?
yeah.
They like
To where
yeah,
they
must
they actually
the
like
pain.
it, and then it's also the other like dom sub.
Do you
thing
think, I mean,
that
I'm
they
sure it's
probably
like
fuck with.
I'm sure it's like more psychological than it is physical, right? They're probably just like, oh, I deserve this pain or some shit like
Yeah.
that. Like, cause who fucking wants to have their balls stepped on?
That's why the rich guys like they go to like the little weird places and they get hung up and they have a girl like flogging them or some
yeah, the
shit.
dominatrix
flogging?
type shit.
It's like they hit
It's
you
like
with like a little
whipping.
stick. Oh, it's the whipping
It's like
one?
similar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
They just hung out like this. They have their arms up wide open. They just like "Ah!"
Jesus.
Jeez, underground fucking sex dungeon style.
Oh yeah.
That's a good note to end on, guys. Underground sex dungeons,
Underground
man.
sex dungeon.
That's hilarious.
That's the name of the episode.
All right. Underground sex dungeons, guys.
All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Take care, y'all.
All right,
Stay
take care.
healthy.
Bye, guys.
How are they not? How can they continue doing that? Like, how are their balls not completely like? You know what I mean? Like, you can do that. You can destroy your balls. You can definitely destroy your balls.